fucking hand! Show me your goddamn hand! Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, I'm actually driving. I'm in DeLand, and there was a car. He ran 2 red lights. He almost hit me broadside. I'm at East New York at Spring Garden.
Okay.
And he went south on Spring Garden. It's like a gold Altima, and it had a Tennessee plate. I tried to take a picture of it, and it was a single white male, and it looked like he was drinking something.
Sure.
But that was pretty much all I got. But
you said it was south on Spring Garden?
South on Spring Garden, yep, from 44, from New York.
Okay.
But I was pulling onto East New York from Florida, and he went right through the red and almost hit me. And then he went through the next red at, I forget if it's Amelia or what, but
okay.
So anyway.
Garden, okay. I've got the call up to South Springs Garden in New York, last seen heading south on Spring Garden for that driver. What's your name? They'll get out there as soon as they can, and if you see anything else, give us a call back.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to head home, so.
Yeah, of course. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. Yep, thank you. Bye.
We're at least going to get to Spring Garden, just because he seems to be escalating in his driving. This is a second independent caller that said that the same vehicle just sped through 2 lights and almost took out their car. So we're at least going to get here. And then we'll start to... County has charges.
Just blew the stop sign on the highway. Here in Florida. Going southbound on Florida. Follow the 500 in Florida.
Still going westbound. Passing Chelsea.
Do I need a picture of Lieutenant Lenderson?
You just turned right onto Beersford, it looks like. West Beersford. And Delta 23 Central is shut down.
Got it. Follow the 51 it's heading southbound.
No, he's still going southbound on Florida, past Beersford.
It was an error for you. Did anybody ID the driver if they bailed?
Keep an eye out, keep an eye out.
Arrow woman, at gunpoint. Southbound on northbound lane. Correction, northbound on southbound lane. Doing a U-turn now.
Northbound on southbound?
He's going into the neighborhood Walmart. It's authorized pursuit is not for land. Looks like he's hopping back on the rear, sort of. Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
Stay in the car.
17.
Show me your fucking hand! Show me your goddamn hand! Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
Delta 23, shots fired.
Going behind the Walmart. Going behind the Walmart. Behind the Walmart. He's behind the Walmart. He's still in the vehicle behind the Walmart. Behind the Walmart. Let's go. Right there. Get out of the car! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car now! Get out of the car! Same direction. Same direction. Same direction. I hear him rocking shit. I'm down. Wave it on.
Okay, folks, that is case number 3. The first 911 call came in on this was 6 hours before the shooting incident, but you had multiple 911 calls about this guy's driving through red lights, driving recklessly or reportedly recklessly or dangerously. Now we lost all. Where are we at on jurors? Amy's bouncing in and out. We'll give her a chance to get back in, but they encounter this vehicle some 6 hours later. A pursuit engages, ends at a Walmart. You see the officer get out. He goes in front of the vehicle. His gun's drawn. This has been a pursuit. This is a felony arrest at this point. The vehicle moves towards the officer. The officer puts one through the windshield and ultimately kills the driver. The driver dies from wounds on this one. Any portion of the video we'd like to see again, or maybe parts of the 911 call? Any part of that?
Would it be possible to go back to as the officer was approaching the car?
It's 100% possible.
Oh,
This is what we do. Let me find it for you. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a little bit more than that. All right.
Looks like he's hopping back on the vehicle, sort of. Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
Stay in the car.
17.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your goddamn hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Delta 23 shots fired. Going behind the Walmart. Going behind the Walmart.
Did that show you what you wanted to see?
Yes, it did.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Joe, what was he doing? I don't know if you can answer me this, but what was he doing in the back with his tires like going crazy? He was in a corner, correct?
He was high centered on a curb. He wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, at the end, the driver had died. He took a wound in front of the Walmart, drove around the back of the Walmart, had driven off of the concrete slab, and was high centered.
Okay, so can I ask you originally? I missed the very beginning. What were they in pursuit of? Like, what did he
Two
supposedly do?
multiple 911 calls span over a 6-hour period of this guy's driving through red lights, driving recklessly, and numerous 911 calls to the sheriff's office about this guy's driving. Officers encountered the same vehicle description and license plate that had been reported. 6 hours later, they go to pull him over, and it turns into a pursuit.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay. With that, Big Ron, put us up a clock. Dave, I'm coming to you first, my friend. What's your initial assessment on this video?
I think it's perfectly justifiable. The driver of that car was using that vehicle as a deadly weapon against the officer.
Okay. Do you think the officer stepped in front of the car maybe, though?
No, I think he was to the side. If he was
I say
anywhere
no,
near the
Bill.
front of
I
the
don't know if
car,
it's to me yet.
it's the very corner. But that's my opinion from what I could see.
Okay. So you're okay with the use of force?
Oh, I'm perfectly okay with that.
That it's reasonable to believe that the officer had a reason to believe that his life was in danger or another.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Amy, can you hear us? I'm thinking you can't. Amy once, Amy twice. Guys, let's drop her so we can get her reset again. I think we can hear her, but she cannot hear us. Charlie Sue, what do you think about this?
Am I able to see the beginning in the parking lot right before the officer shot? Can I see just 10 seconds of that, please?
10 seconds is all you want?
Right, in the parking lot at Walmart before the vehicle flees.
Surely I can get you 10 seconds. Get you at least 10 seconds.
Stay in the car.
Show me your fucking ass! Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me it! Show me hands!
Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
Stay in the car.
17.
Show me your fucking ass! Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me it! Show me hands!
Delta 23 shots fired.
Did that help you, Charlie?
Yes, it did, because he was actually essentially in front of the vehicle, and then the car then veered from my view to the left. So, you know, and they obviously had their guns raised, saying, "Show me your hand." I see one officer in the front, one on the right side or the passenger side. I can't see any other officers, but yes, so he was fleeing and then with a vehicle, and I believe that's an offense. So they had, I guess, a right to shoot. So unreasonable.
Well,
reasonable.
One cannot use deadly force to prevent someone's escape unless they're already in custody. Prison escape, they'll shoot your ass. But the police officers cannot use Garner versus Tennessee prohibits law enforcement officers using deadly force to prevent someone's escape. They can only use deadly force when a reasonable person would believe that their life or a third person's life or the public at large's life is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury and or death. So that's kind of the decision I'm asking you guys to make. Is it reasonable to believe this officer used deadly force because he believed that his life was in danger or a third person's life was in danger or the public at large? When I say danger, I mean imminent danger. Not it could happen later. It's happening now. That's the question.
Well, then based on what you said, then it's unreasonable.
Because you believe that the officer fired him because he was driving away?
Yes, so therefore he exerted force that was unnecessary, therefore it's unreasonable based on what you just said. And I'm an untrained, you know, officer. I don't know the rules, but based on what you just said, if I'm sitting in a grand jury, because, you know, they present all of these facts, being someone with common sense, then therefore it's unreasonable that she fired. And if I'm clear to say that that firing is what caused him, once he left and went to the back and flew into that wall, he was essentially already probably dead. He was bleeding out.
Yeah, there was no more force used by law enforcement officers beyond that point where the one shot went through the windshield. They didn't use any more force when they went to the back. It took them a while to figure out if the guy's alive, get him out of the car, and that kind of business. But the guy was actually dead at the wheel.
Yeah, then therefore that shot, I can't recall, someone can help me how many shots were made, but
One.
I believe I heard one. Then it's that shot that killed him. And then the question of the matter is was it reasonable that he shot at him? Was he actually in imminent danger? And therefore I would have to say unreasonable. And no beer.
Oh no.
Okay. Amy, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Why don't you go ahead and go?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
You
me?
bet we got you. Yes,
Okay.
we got you.
I strongly disagree with that because you don't know exactly before the gentleman, like once you were there and then found out he was passed away, you didn't know that, so you didn't know if he was gonna back up. Like, it's always questionable. It's easier to say than like, well, he was already dead. Then how? Like, but when you're there in the situation in the middle of like the adrenaline running, I just feel like you have to still protect. I don't know. What if somebody else is in the car, or like, I don't know. I just feel like you have to protect yourself, and you don't know if somebody else is in the car, even though he's doing what he's doing. But
But Amy, why couldn't he shot at the wheel? He could have shot at the wheels.
because that's not how they're taught. They're taught to shoot center mass. They're taught to send the. I understand what you're saying. I get it all the way. But what I'm saying is, when police officers are taught, they're not taught to like de-escalate and shoot at the leg. They're taught to like shoot at center mass. You know what I mean? So, like they're. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're
Well,
saying.
what about
But I
this? I mean,
just
we're talking about shooting at tires. Why wouldn't the officer try to contain him with the squad? Pulled the car in front of him. He parked the car 3 parking spots back and ran to get in front of the other car before he shot. Is that not a factor for anyone? Actually, before we go to that, we're getting too deep. I want to go to Hawk first. Hawk, give me your initial opinion on this, and we'll come back to that.
good idea though. That was a good idea, Charlie.
They just spent 6 hours trying to track this guy down who'd blown through multiple red lights,
Right.
was putting the general public and other drivers definitely in danger of serious bodily harm. They track him down to a parking lot. Officer's not going to put himself directly in danger. He's going to run up, tell him, get out of the car. He backs away from him and then takes off again. If you shoot the tire, he's still driving. We've seen how many videos of cars driving down the road throwing sparks with the tires blown out. No.
Well, let me hang on. Hang on. Are you saying that there have been so many calls about this guy's driving that he was a general threat to the public at large?
Yes, I am.
Well, what about all the injuries and accidents and deaths that he caused in the 6 hours they were looking for him? He didn't hurt anyone then. I mean, his driving dn't improve evidently, but
no, but he was still a danger.
I don't know that you can be reasonable that his escape would put the public at large in imminent danger. Now, you know, bad driving danger, sure, but I don't know that you could make that stretch, could you?
I would. That's my assessment of it. He could pull out of that parking lot and center punch somebody walking across a crosswalk because he's, for whatever reason, you got to stop him. He's already proven himself a danger to the public at large.
But he hasn't hurt anyone in 6 hours.
Doesn't
That
matter.
don't mean-
He
okay,
could
sorry.
hurt somebody in the next 5 seconds.
It could. I mean, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Okay. Excuse me. Let's go back to my previous question. Does anybody find it, would it be reasonable to use your own squad to block the person in so that prevent him from continuing to be a danger to the public at large by stopping his vehicle with another vehicle?
Well, it's also reasonable we could use some sleeping gas on him.
I don't think those two, I mean, you can try to be a smartass on that, but I think using a car to block another vehicle is a good procedure, whereas sleeping gas doesn't exist.
It may be a viable tactic, but he had a lot of room to maneuver in that parking lot. Unless you've got 3 or 4 vehicles, squad vehicles, that you can box him in completely.
So, okay, I get what you're saying. So what's the advantage of getting out of your vehicle and pursuing him on foot? What advantage did it give the officer then?
That's a damn good question. I was wondering why they ran on foot rather than getting back in their vehicles and going after him.
No, I'm talking about before the shooting occurred. When the officer gets out of the car and runs to the front of the vehicle, how come he just didn't pull his car to the front of the vehicle instead of putting his body in front of the vehicle? That's my question. Why not put the car in front of the vehicle instead of his own body?
At that point, in order to put his car in front of the vehicle, he would be driver's door to front of the car, and now he's trapped in his own vehicle. He has very few options.
Bro,
no mobility.
He can park that car in a manner where he could get in and out the door.
Last time I was in a squad car, you didn't have a whole lot of room to move.
I could put it anywhere though. I could drive it.
But if from where he was, I pull up to block him in, I'm going to block as much as I can, which means going broadside. Now I have very little opportunity as the officer.
Here's where I'm leaning. We're out of time, but here's where I'm leaning when we go to a vote. I don't know. Well, I know that a vehicle's a deadly weapon, but you can't you can't create the threat and then use deadly force because of the threat that you created.
True.
That's my point. And I'll give it one more quick round. If anybody wants to make any comments on that before we go to a vote, but we'll have to go to a vote pretty quick.
I was going to say really quick that there's just too much shit going on. Pardon my French. Like, there's so many things that everybody's talking about, and that's great. But like, life doesn't work like that. Like, they don't think let's put like something in front of the car. Like, no, that's not how real life works. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But in general, life, like, your first instincts would be what you're supposed to do as a cop. You know what I mean? Like, let's ask Jason what he thinks, because he's going to say, I don't know what he's going to say actually, but I'm just going to say, like, in normal life, like, it's you're taken out or they're taken out, number one, and that's how it goes. And if they've hurt somebody previously and in the last 6 hours, that still counts as if it happened 10 minutes ago, period. So that's all I have. That's what I feel. So thank you.
My point to bringing that, there were no reports of injuries. There were people calling saying this car is driving badly. I think he's drinking something is what the original caller said. But there were several calls, but no reports of an accident, no reports of anyone injured because of this guy's driving. That was the point of me bringing that up. Well, let's go to a vote. Dave, what's your vote? Reasonable or not?
Oh, I am torn about it. From what I could see in that very short amount of time, I'm going to say reasonable, but it really needs to be thoroughly investigated. I know that's a cop-out, but
and I'm sure it will be. This is a recent incident, and the thought experiment that we do here is real simple. With a person in the shoes of the officer, a reasonable person in the shoes of an officer, presented with the same information that the officer had, if they said, "Hey, I was scared, and that's why I pulled my gun and shot the guy," if you think that's reasonable or not. And that's really what we're asking here. Was it reasonable for this officer to use deadly force because he had a credible reason to believe that his life or a third person's life or the public at large were in danger or imminent threat at this time?
If I was that officer, I would have done the exact same thing. So I think it's reasonable.
Do you remember the instructions earlier when I'm kind of pretty much saying you're not the reasonable person the law is looking for? We're looking for that other reasonable person. Not that you would have done the same thing, saying, what do you think the average person out there, what would the average person think if they were in that officer's shoes and the car started moving forward like that? Would the officer believe that his life was in danger? If the answer is yes, then it should be.
Then I'm going to go 100% yes.
Very good. Reasonable. That's your vote. Hawk,
yes.
Your vote, sir.
I'm going to go with reasonable.
There's 2 for reasonable. Amy, have you changed your mind?
No, sir, I'm reasonable.
She's reasonable. Charlie, Sue, are you reasonable or not?
No, it was unreasonable. It was they had vehicles. This has been over 6 hours. They had the ability to assemble multiple vehicles. There was no need to shoot at that vehicle. It was unreasonable, and I would allow my grand jury and or jury to do the deep dive examination on that. Because remember, we're making the decision for it to go to a juror. So as a grand juror, it was unreasonable. Let the 12 folks decide.
Well, hold
Fair
on.
enough.
Is that a tiebreaker?
No, we're she's the only vote for. Yeah, she's the only vote for unreasonable. Let's post a verdict.
Still love you, Charlie.
I mean, Charlie's right.